coming up on OTH. It's the last episode of Season 1 because of the end of the LCS Spring Split. Raymund and I go over patch 11.8 preview, discuss the Mid-Season Showdown results, and go over who we're expecting to see at MSI in a few weeks. We also talk about MVP of the split, Rookie of the split, and how it must have been like to play on stage for the players. We hope you enjoy episode 11 of On the Hunt. Welcome, everybody, to episode 11 of On the Hunt, a League of Legends podcast. I'm your co-host, Chris, a.k.a. Mr. 365, because today's my goddamn birthday, dude, and I didn't do shit. Actually, you know what I think about it? Because, this is like my second COVID birthday in a row, I suppose. Last year, I actually don't remember what I did. I think I did nothing. Absolutely. Not even, McDonald's or anything. I don't remember what I did last year, but this year was a lot better, I suppose. In comparison to last year doing nothing, I actually did something this year, I guess. So yeah, pretty happy about that. And I'm a year older, a year closer to 30, I guess. So that's a way to think about it.
Yeah, that's
that's how I feel. Whatever, dude. Another day, another dollar.
True.
Dude, somebody said that to me in the drive-thru of a Burger King, and I was like, "The fuck does that mean, dude? You're 16." But whatever, man.
It's just
and
a
joining me
SpongeBob
on this
quote
episode
at that point.
Yeah. Oh, is it really?
Well, kind of, yeah. I think
Okay.
I think it's one of the episodes, and SpongeBob says another day, another nickel, because that's what Squidward said, because Mr. Krabs doesn't pay them,
Makes sense. Well, actually, that's kind of sad. Because dude, he doesn't pay them. What?
I mean, he pays them, but
Then,
he's cheap.
Dude, the rent in that pineapple cannot be low, unless it's
It
senior
just
housing.
drops
or
out of the
something.
sky, dude. I mean, pineapples don't grow underwater.
True. And joining me on this episode is our other co-host, Raymund. What's going on, man?
Yeah, not much, dude. It's pretty much. I feel like I did the same as you did last year for your birthday, which was just nothing.
A whole lot of nothing, dude.
Yeah.
You've been playing a lot of League, or what's going on?
Yeah, I've been playing some League, not a ton. I still haven't played any ranked, even though I talked about it. I talked myself up last week, and then didn't do it.
Yeah. Dude, I can respect that, dude. I don't play at all, so I don't blame you right now.
Yeah, but you're
just
a
not into
double Masters TFT player now, dude. Come on.
Double Masters, dude. Does that even mean anything? Okay, so yes, I did make a second account to Masters rank just yesterday. I did it. And the only reason I did that was because my friend also has 2 Masters accounts. And I had to make sure that she doesn't think she's better than me. And she never will be if you ever listen to this. Just kidding. And so, I just had to make sure that I'm good enough, I suppose.
Yeah.
And I really liked this TFT set. And I'll talk more about that later. But, not a lot of League for me. And I will say, dude, that I did end up playing a couple more Wild Rift games with my friend the other day. And, dude, it's really starting to grow on me.
Yeah.
I'm really starting to like it. And I have a couple of things to say. First of all is I think I like it because everybody sucks in that game. And so it makes me feel good to for, I guess, in a weird way, the nostalgia factor, because this is the League of Legends that I know and love, I guess.
Yeah.
But I don't have to stress hard to play it, and also just deal with people, because thank God you can't chat in that game, not really.
Not
And
easily.
so it's actually so much more pleasant to play it, I suppose, in that regard. And then also it just feels good when I just feel like I'm turbo smurfing because everybody sucks in that game. Although I will say to you, dude, I am not undefeated in that game. I have 1 loss across my entire match history, and it's a bot game, co-op versus
no.
AI, where the enemy Malphite bot was hyper smurfing on me. Absolutely unkillable, dude. Don't go look. But
was it at least an intermediate bots or?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Don't go look. But if you were to go look, that Malphite was not playing around, dude.
They had the bots wanted their own chance to smurf as well.
I think it was Doom bots or something. There's no other explanation. I don't know how. I actually lost that game, and dude, it's actually so funny because it is not uncommon to like play bots on Wild Rift and for like three of your teammates to actually not know what they're doing.
Right.
It's so funny. It's like it's just like seeing kids grow up, dude. It's actually so weird to see people like not only they don't know what their own champion does and they don't know what other champion does. So it's like I feel bad for them when I play, but it feels good, dude. Like I like playing, and I like it's just like it's like the fun parts of League of Legends with all the mechanics taken out. So like when you build Hurricane on Ashe, it actually feels so good to just like hold down the attack button, and you're just pissing on everybody, dude. It's really fun, and I like it. And actually, I don't know how to play just yet because, dude, every time I play Wild Rift, it goes up to like 18-20 minutes. Like there's no short games in that game for me.
Really? I feel like I'm trying to think. I feel like I've only played a few games, but I'm just remembering it seems like every game that I would play, you'd play like maybe 10 minutes, 11 minutes where it's like it was mostly lane phase ish still, you know, you wouldn't do too many like it's not like people were doing barons, but at some point I don't know, I felt like I just got fed enough that like we would get together and just like kill two people in a lane and then push that lane and then kill anybody that came, and then it was just like we'd end the game like off a stupid push.
Yeah, I think maybe a pre-made can probably end the game at closer to around 10 minutes. And then I did have one game where my team was just like winning so badly they surrendered at like 8 minutes or something like that.
Oof.
But I feel like in my games, the respawn timer is so fast and like the map is so small that like you kill somebody and then like maybe you can get like a fourth damage on a turret, but like there's not much to do when you don't have like a lot of items. And then I do feel like after a certain point you can end really fast, like after 12 minutes and you have like 2 items or something like that. But
yeah,
before you have 1 item, I feel like you're actually just laning and there's not much to do. But so I feel like that's pretty similar to Real League in that regard. But I think that once you have 1 item minimum, you can actually just really ramp up the pace of the game with your team.
Yeah.
But yeah, in my experience, it's just like a lot of fighting, and which is kind of fun, but it's just like fighting over and over and over in my experience up until like beyond 15 minutes where like you kill somebody and finally they have a 50-second cooldown or death timer, I mean.
Yeah. And then you have all the time to actually end.
Yeah, exactly. And then like the Nexus is just paper at that point.
Right.
Once you have like 3 items. But so yeah, that's what I've been up to. And then also on the games front, I have been eyeing that It Takes Two game.
Yeah.
And I've just been looking at it. I haven't pulled the trigger yet, but I've got a 2 lined up or a second person to play with.
Right.
And it's really cool because for that game, you only have to buy 1 copy.
And you can give it to someone, right? Yeah.
Yeah, you can give it to someone. Or like someone can just play with you for free, like a gym membership, I guess. So
can you do that with
I'm looking at
multiple people? Do you know? Because I've been thinking about it too, and I'm gonna probably rope one of my friends into it.
Yeah, I think that is how it works. So you can buy the game, and then you can have like, so you buy the game and you can give it to like X, Y, and Z, but X, Y, and Z can only play the game with you.
Oh, interesting. Okay.
Yeah, but you can play with X or Y or Z only at once. So you can only play with only X or only Y in different instances.
Yeah.
And then you can have like all these different save files, but then when they play, they can only play with you only where you left off.
Right.
Makes sense. It's cool in that regard where like, well, then at that point you'd be playing through the game more than once, so it's kind of weird. But unless I guess there's like 2 different characters to my understanding, so maybe you can play as the other character on a different playthrough or something. But so it's pretty cool. You only have to buy the game once, and it's like $40. That's why I've been thinking about it. But
I've got a job now, dude. Come on, that can't get in your way.
I guess so. So yeah. Whew. All right, that's all the miscellaneous talk I have, dude.
Yeah,
we can jump into these patch notes.
Heck yeah, let's do it.
Okay, so we could just take a look at 11.8 with the preview provided by Mark. The preview, son, and the real patch is probably going to come out later this week. And so we can just head on over to Twitter, and there's a couple of things that stood out to me in this patch. First of all is the nerf to the cooldown boots. I saw this one coming a few weeks back, dude. I was saying that too many people are buying this shit, and the ability haste that it gives is actually too high for the cost that it has, on top of the summoner spell cooldown as well, which has always been like its strength. So they're increasing the cost by 50 on that one. And then I also saw that they were going to do a change to Staff of Flowing Water, where instead of granting AP and move speed, is going to grant AP and ability haste, which I think is really weird because the thing is, when somebody like builds it for you on your team and they give you the Moonstone, or sorry, the Staff of Flowing Water buff, you like getting ability power or damage, you can't really feel that. But getting move speed, you can feel your champion like moving faster if you have a working brain. And so like, but getting ability haste, it's like that doesn't change the way that you play, so to speak. It's not like you're gonna hold a skill until your Nami gives you like Staff of Flowing Water, or hold your ulti until somebody like buffs you or something.
Right.
It's like you were gonna use that skill in that situation, and then like if you happen to have the Staff of Flowing Water buff, okay, you're gonna get that cooldown back a little quicker, maybe like 2 seconds faster for a basic ability or something like that.
Yeah,
so I think it's kind of weird change, but
yeah, I definitely agree with you on that one. Yeah, I think having the ability haste like temporarily is a super weird stat to give. Like honestly, it's one of those. As like when I play ADC, like I feel like those kind of like temporary boosts like to attack speed too. Like playing with lethal tempo is something you like really have to think about, like and play differently with. You know, like you like if, personally, like I have like you have like your own rhythm and like auto attacking or whatever, and then when you get an attack speed boost, like you have to like consciously change that if you're kiting. And so like it's kind of the same thing with ability. It's like if you have to notice like, oh, now I have haste. Like if you're like playing Karthus, right? Like you have to say like, oh, look, heal me so I can, ulti with less cooldown. Like you don't, like that's weird to have something like gate your own play. I don't know. It feels weird.
Yeah, that would be weird too, for you to tell somebody to shield you so that you in order for you to ulti to like optimize that.
Right.
I guess that's kind of weird. So so I don't really like that change, but they're doing it, and I guess that's fine. And I wonder if it's going to be good or worth building. And then I saw a couple other things in this patch for me, but is there anything for you that stands out?
Yeah, I mean, I think the Moonstone changes are like nice. I think that's smart for them to just reduce kind of the overall healing that you get out of it. It seems like an item that you can get really early and it can be really powerful early, and then it still scales super late. So just kind of like slowing the curve or well, not really give it a curve at all by uh, like capping its own heal and then making it more about empowering like all your heals and shields instead of just the proc from the item. Definitely helps for like reducing abuse cases where you're not really a healer, but it just heals so much that you can go it on like Lilia and stuff.
Yeah, I like that. I actually really like playing like Janna or something and having like and building items that increase your shield power. So I like playing like enchanter supports and building those kind of items like redemption, sensor, and that sort of thing. Feels right.
Yeah, dude. I think. Yeah, true. Yeah, I think that the only other things I think some of these I haven't looked through all the champion changes, but I'm seeing Zac buffs and I'm excited about Zac buffs, dude.
Yeah, I feel the same way about LeBlanc. I see buffs and I'm like, yes. I like to play that champion. I'm good for that. Although I know that it sucks to be punished by or like to see a fed LeBlanc in your game. You just can't do anything about it sometimes. And then another thing is I saw that they're gonna make a couple of changes for like a bunch of champions to be able to jungle, I guess. So they're just gonna make changes to Zed, Darius, Mordekaiser, Morgana, and Diana to help ease their jungle clear for absolutely no reason. They just woke up and they're like, "Yeah, let's just do that."
Well, they did some of this. They did some of this last year. Remember, I think Mordekaiser, Morgana, and maybe the Darius changes are all like follow-up changes, kind of. I don't remember if they did anything with Zed or Diana back then, but yeah, but it is a little interesting, a little strange.
Yeah, especially for like no CC junglers. Like I mean Zed has a slow, but like and Diana No, Diana doesn't have CC, right? So like,
Besides her ulti, yeah.
Meh, who wants to jungle these champions anyways? Although I will say that like just being able to play those champions would be fun. So like I would probably have a blast playing Diana or Zed jungle.
Dude, if you've
I
never
think they're
tried
fun.
it, Morgana jungle is actually fucking funny. That's one of my favorite junglers. Back there was a couple years, or there was one season I remember where she was like kind of meta. I don't know if they changed. I think it was right after they changed her passive to like whenever you ticked with the spell on large monsters or champions, it like reduced your W cooldown. Right after they changed
Right.
that, she was like fairly jungleable. I kind of like really played her as a jungler on that patch. I remember, and that shit is actually funny.
Yeah, I think I played against one the other day actually. So it's actually surprisingly viable. I would
Yeah,
agree.
it's a Broxah pocket pick, dude. He played it in LCS this year before this change.
That's true. That's true. He's on the wave. Well, he's riding the wave, and we're just on it.
Right.
And then they're also gonna make a change to Rammus's ulti. It looks like they're just straight up reworking it. And then I don't really feel like reading this right now, and I'm not gonna play Rammus anyways. But yeah, so they're just making some changes to his basic skills, and then totally reworking his ulti, so it's not that dumbass like ground shockwave that hurts turrets for some reason.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty happy that he can get some love out there, but it's not gonna be love from me. I'll be honest.
Dude, you're not even an ADC player. Don't give me this shit. I'm gonna be the one dealing with Rammus like body slamming me out of the sky.
What do you mean, dude? I'm gonna be pushing the side lane, and Ram is just gonna come out of nowhere with 500 move speed and the cum tank.
Yeah, true.
Dude, when I watched like the co-stream with like Double Lift and Sneaky and Meteos, like I cannot take them seriously every time Sneaky says something stupid like that. And usually like it's actually worse because Sneaky is like pretty like tame for like the most part, but then he'll just have like random gold statements like once per game that are just like, what did you say?
Yeah,
Man,
they're kings of those one-liners. Just drop it out of nowhere.
they sure are. But yeah, that's gonna be it for me. Anything else in this patch that caught this twinkle in your eye?
Nothing in particular, dude. I think overall it's pretty interesting. Like I think there's a lot of changes, in like good directions just for a lot of things in general. So hopefully, well, this won't be MSI, but hopefully we'll be on the move for some meta shakeups.
Yeah, I'm
Seems
not
like
sure
it.
if they announced it yet, but I would think that they're gonna play on 11.9, which will come out in 2 weeks. So that patch will be out for a week beforehand,
Mm.
or maybe even then that's not enough.
I don't
Well, it'd
I
be
don't know. I
yeah, I don't
For some
know.
reason I'm thinking I thought they were playing on like 11.6, no? Or 11.7? Like
I
the
think it
one
would
that
make more
most
sense for them. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
because I
I
think
think it would make more sense for them to play on 11.7 or this one 11.8. So yeah,
yeah, we'll see because I know because people have been complaining about it. Like I thought that was part of like LCS complaining about it. Like we're gonna be a patch behind, for longer. Like everybody else is already practicing on the patch that MSI would be on. I don't know. Yeah, I guess we'll see for that.
yeah. Another thing that I'm kind of thinking about is well, at least for LCS, Viego was disabled for like the whole playoffs. I'm pretty sure. So
I think it'll
no.
still be disabled for MSI.
Oh, really? That's
Yeah,
actually so weird. Then
I think there are too
wow.
many bugs for him. It's not like he's yeah. I think it's not like because of he has been out long enough. It's just too many bugs.
Oh, that's kind of a shame then. Whatever.
But we do get Gwen this patch. That'll be hype.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to that. Looking forward to seeing her play on Wild Rift as well. All right, I'll take the reins for this week's pick of the week. And so my pick of the week this week is going to be the PBE, the public beta environment. Dude, I remember downloading this for the first time like 8 or 9 years ago to play like Quinn and Zyra when they were like first being released. And like
Mm.
Zyra was so cool, like having her plant mechanic because I think that at that time, like the developer, whoever made Zyra, it was probably like um I think it was certainly T. I'm not too sure, but I think he was like making a big deal out of it, of it being like a unique mechanic of her like casting spells on her plants to make them grow, and that's not that had never been seen in any other MOBA. Like Heroes of New Worth or Dota, I guess. And so, I don't know why that just like came back to my memory, and so like, and back then they would. I'm sure it's the same way now, but back then they would just give you like all of the champions and all of the skins.
Yeah,
and so it was pretty cool to just mess around in PvE, and then like I just never used it ever again, and they made changes to it, I guess, where like you can only sign up if you're like Honor 3 or something like that. And then like you could, and then they also had this weird change where like you could only download it or sign up at like the beginning of the month or something like that, and they had that change for a long time. But anyways, I downloaded that shit because the next TFT set is going to be out on PvE pretty soon.
Waiting. And I was waiting how long you could go just talking about like, oh yeah, PvE for League of Legends. Like, that's my favorite part. And then...
yeah. So I'm not even trying to play League, but I downloaded it. It's a fat download, actually. But I'm downloading it for the next TFT set, and which is going to come out tomorrow on PvE. So I got to download that shit tonight. And speaking of which, I'm actually really sad because the details were like leaked for the next set a couple of days ago, and I just found out like an hour ago. So I'm just like rushing to read through all of it before I can get some gameplay in, and then I don't know, I'm thinking about making some content around TFT, dude. Maybe some YouTube videos. We'll see how my mood is and how my voice feels, but
and how much time you have being a working man.
And exactly, dude, because I feel like having to like write a script, and then like I feel like I'm writing a screenplay here where like I need to go inside of a Starbucks and really think this out and like think about the plan and the visuals and something, and then actually having to do it and put it would be like that would be a project you save for the weekend, but then like that it's too late. It's coming out tomorrow, dude. That's like that's 5 days of other people getting a jump on you, and I don't know, man. Maybe I just need to quit and become a full-time. Yeah. I got to do better somehow. So that's going to be my pick of the week is TFT Set 5 and PvE. And that's it for me. You got something?
All right, dude. I'm trying to keep mine. We're just going to stick with the classic like League of Legends. I'm actually going to pick a champion, you know?
Is that you throwing shade, dude?
No. No. It's not shade. No. I'm just thinking. I think actually because I'm still just like hard filling for fun because I'm just playing games with the boys and not practicing any viable AD carries bottom lane. But so I saw, if you watched LEC, you saw Rogue lose in the finals, and you saw Han Sama lose in the finals. And Han Sama is actually like one of my favorite ADCs, like in like all pro E and all of pro WoW, and it's because he's
in the world, dude.
I mean, it's like honestly, yeah. Like of players who play still, like it's like Reckless and Han Sama are like definitely up there, like top 5 ADCs. But Han Sama's a like hardcore like Draven main was like his upbringing. I remember like his first split where he played like on Misfits or whatever in LEC or in EULCS back then, and he was just like he would just bring out Draven and stomp on kids in Pro League with it. And so I watched him stream just today actually, and he was shitting on some kids with Draven in solo queue. So I'm gonna be giving that a try as my pick of the week for this week. So there you go.
I can respect that, dude. I got a personal question for you. Are you good, Draven? Because I am terrible with Draven. When he first came out, I bought like the double bundle for him where you buy the champion and the first skin that he comes with, and I bought that shit with RP, dude, because I was a hardcore AD carry main back in like 2012, 2013. So I bought it, and I was terrible with him. And for the next 5 years, I got to see other people play him and how strong and broken his Q is, especially when back then his passive was like MAG bleed or something like that.
Holy shit, yeah, it was so
he was
broken.
Actually broken back then.
And like, I'm gonna tell you exactly. I think Draven is probably the only reason that I like got to gold. I stayed gold, and I mean I hit platinum in season 4. I think I was gold in season 3. Actually, I don't know if I even played I know I had to, yeah, I think I was gold in season 3, but I hit plat in season 4, and I think the only reason I got close in season 3 was because I played Draven when he was giga busted. Like I pulled up my stats on him, and in season 3 in ranked, I was 23-6 on that champion. Because I can
Holy
remember
shit.
just every single game, like you legit just all in at level 1 with Q, and I'm against, like other shit players that I'm still learning the game, but I knew that I did a fuck ton of damage. And I would just all in like flash on them whenever I wanted for first blood, and it would always work.
Damn, dude, you had the secret strats down before anyone
Yeah,
else knew.
for real.
They
For
nerfed
real.
it because of you.
Actually, probably, dude. I mean, they saw this kid running around gold in his first like 6 months of playing, and was like, it's too good.
Yeah, dude. The developer team was looking at the stats for all the players in the universe, and they're like, "Wow, this guy's elo is rising too quickly, and it's because of Drazen. So we got to put that to an end right now." That's exactly how the backroom meetings went. But yeah, that's a good pick of the week, dude, and I like it.
Thank you.
Something that the fans can try for themselves.
Yeah, except not any of my friends that listen, because you guys are gonna int on it guaranteed. So maybe save it for me.
Yeah, honestly, it's actually a shame because I don't really have any good Draven playing friends. Sorry, Tosh.
Damn, we're shooting shots. We're firing shots up here from our little glass podcast house, dude. Suck it. All right, dude.
Yeah, I gotta make myself feel good.
Let's get out of here before we get too deep in the weeds.
Yeah, let's get out of here. In other news, back to the world of the LCS, they handed out the LCS MVP for the regular spring split over to Blabber, and I think they were saying that it was like pretty much down to him or Alfari, and it ends up being Blabber.
Mm-hmm.
I think he deserved it, kind of. When I think back about it, I mean, I don't know. I think he had really good games at the start, and then he was like pretty much. I don't know if like people were like giving him games, like all these dumbass Ignite Camille tops were just dying to him for free, but like I think he played the first half of the split really well, and then I think they were kind of dropping games in the second half, but whatever. I think he played so well in the first half that it just left a really strong impression of me in his performance throughout the split. So I think he was doing really well, even if half his games were on Udyr and most of them were dumbass free. But
right.
I like the way that he played, and I think there was an argument for Alfari, but in the end, it's down to votes. So people are people.
Yeah, it's true. Yeah, I think definitely for me, I had Alfari as my MVP. I liked there was some tweet that I saw someone put up during the finals this weekend, and it was basically all my biggest case for Alfari as MVP is that I'm just saying if C9 had to sub in their sub top laner, this series wouldn't even be close. So the fact that Blabber is just they went to 5 games with TL having to play Armeo against LCS MVP Blabber, and it wasn't that big of a deal. They still took it to 5 games. So I think if we maybe if it was Darshan having to play against Alfari, I think we might have seen a big difference, is all, or a bigger difference.
Damn, dude, that's an interesting perspective. I'll have to think about that as I fall asleep tonight. Damn, what if they had to? Do they like who would play, like Rainover or something? Like I don't even know who would play.
No,
jungle.
I'm saying it's Darshan. Oh, if they had to play jungle, no. I don't know who that would be. But the point wasn't that it was like if Blabber was replaced, right? It was that Alfari would have just top gapped whatever backup top laner they had. But yeah,
true,
I don't know.
True.
It's hard. I feel like it's hard to give jungle an MVP when the whole split was Udyr, Hecarim, like Olaf, like play more than 3 champs, dude.
Okay. Yeah, it's just in the meta too, where it's just like basically full clear, and then just look at the other team and are they dumb enough to be your 7th camp? Like
right.
It was a lot of games were like that for Blabber. I'm not gonna lie to you, but I still think he played really well for a lot of it.
Yeah, that's true. That's true. Can't discredit him.
And then we were talking before the show started about who the rookie with the split would be, because I tried to look for it, dude, and I don't think they gave out a rookie of the split award. I don't know if it comes later, and I don't know why it would come later.
Yeah, I don't know why.
I also don't know if I don't know if they did like coaching staff either, unless they went to Cloud9.
No, I think it did go to Cloud9.
Was there one? I'm starting to think about it.
Sure.
I vaguely remember something like that actually. And they have a fucking superstar staff with like Mithy, and I think they have the Vigar V2 guy on there as well.
Yeah, it was.
I don't know who that is, but he's there.
Yeah, Cloud9 did get the coaching staff of the split for sure. I don't know.
But yeah, so there's no Rookie of the Split award, and I think we talked about it on a previous episode that my candidate would probably be Neo if he's eligible for it. I'm not really too sure how that works. But yeah, there was a lot of rookies for this LCS split. And I think maybe somebody who shined in the playoffs was Fudge, but I'm not too sure if you cared about his regular season play when he was playing like a lot of Gragas games and then a few carries here and there against the lower teams. But I guess he was pretty solid. But I think for a Rookie of the Split award, I would have probably given it to Neo because I think he popped off in his games.
Yeah, I think I'd agree with that. Yeah, definitely Fudge was good. I think probably better than most people expected he was going to be when the split started. But I think also he has a good spot to fit in on that Cloud9 team. He has a lot of room to grow and not have to worry so hard about, individually like having to match up or whatever.
Right. All right, we're done with that. We can just jump right into what happened at the Mid-Season Showdown. What happened at the Throwdown this weekend. We had, starting off on Saturday with TL versus TSM. I was pretty hyped for this game, and I think the first game started out pretty well, if I recall that correctly, where like...
Well, yeah, go ahead.
No, it wasn't this game. It was.
Was it?
Looking at the match history now, I don't. Yeah, it wasn't this game. Never mind.
Game one was the game where it looked like there was probably no way that TSM was going to win this game, and they were like 5-0 down, and then Jensen decided to back-to-back run it into the team, and then TSM had a chance to come back, and then they lost, right?
Wait, is this the one where Jensen tried to like TP flank them in like, the middle of the game?
Yes.
Okay, yeah, I remember that. No, I remember, yeah. TL was smurfing this game. Okay, yeah, this one there was no chance, but the game was extended a little bit.
Yeah, they made it look like they had a chance, dude. Like they had a Fed Chisana, they had Jensen just running it. I don't know.
Yeah, it's actually kind of weird surprising. Looking at the gold graph now that like it actually bounced back into like TSM's gold lead, although I don't think they had very many dragons this game.
Yeah, I think it came down to a Elder Drake on this one, if I remember right, and they got just wiped afterwards, or maybe it was a soul, something like that.
Yeah, they must have fought over something until the game ended.
Yeah,
which sounds pretty stupid when I say that out loud, but yeah, not a lot of like memorable games in this series for me. I think game 2 stuck out for me as well when they pulled out the Annie medal for TL.
Yeah, that was a weird game too. Like I think you go into it and it was kind of hype. It was like, oh shit, they picked Annie, and then it was like they were doing their best to make it look really bad early, and then at some point the comp was just unstoppable with Nocturne, GP ultis, Annie ultis, and Kaisa diving onto Lost and Power Evil. It was a little sad. I felt like this game felt like it should have been a TSM dub for sure. But I remember it was too crazy of a comp.
Yeah, and I already forgot to say that TL went into this weekend and Santorin didn't get to play, so they're playing Armeo for the whole weekend. And then like looking at this now, when they had like this actually pretty sick like Nocturne Annie Gangplank combo, and I just realized that like they're like Armeo is playing the Nocturne and they're doing all this like sick teamwork stuff.
Right.
So yeah, that game was actually pretty cool. How like, well, TSM got a stupid fat lead in the early game, but then like TL just had really cool engages for like the last 10-15 minutes of that game that made it look way too easy once their comp got online.
Yeah, I think this whole series kind of felt like it was like I don't know. I think coming out of this series, I had a much lower. I don't know. Like last week, I said I had a low expectation of TSM coming into it, right? So I wasn't expecting them to like really have a chance. And then after the first 2 games, they lost them both. but it felt like shit. They could have won those for sure, right? And then
Right.
and then when TL comes out of it, like the game 4 was an absolute stomp, and that one, like was them doing well. But the first 3 games seemed so shaky from them, and I was like, damn, if this is how we're gonna play, and if they play close with C9 tomorrow playing like this, then like maybe we are doomed as like a region in NA. But yeah, I don't know. It was kind of surprising, kind of just that how close it was.
I know what you mean on that, and I guess looking back on it now, I that makes me happy that TL stomped them in Game 4.
Yeah.
But man, was that Game 4 it was just so sad to watch.
Yeah.
Like, it hurts for you to watch another team lose so badly like that.
Right.
And like, to the point where it makes you like not have hope for that team at all anymore, ever. And so thank God that's like the end of their split, because like you see a game like that and you're actually like, wow, I don't want to see you play anymore, like actually.
Yeah, I think that's hard. It's hard in the best of series though too, like because those kind of games are way more bound to happen, right? Like when it's best of 1 during the regular season, you're gonna play a game here, a game there. A stomp like that looks like it could be a one-off, right? And tomorrow you can play against Golden Guardians and make it like look like you're not absolute shit. But when it's a best of 5 and you've played a few games against them and they kind of know your strat, or what they've definitely figured out like what you want to do, right? They have had winning drafts or winning games against you before, and then all that means in Game 4 is that like Teal figured out like what they wanted to do, right? And then they came out and shit on them really, because they just you have prep, and then you have the games where you actually get to get a real on the rift feel of the enemy, and once you get that, if you found them out, then it's over.
Yeah, I can agree with that. That like they just had them figured out, and honestly, TL were just a better team in the end, and I'm glad they really got to show it and like really, really, really show it.
Right.
And so yeah, the TL got to progress to play C9 on Sunday, again with their substitute jungler, Last Moment. Well, they probably practiced with him for like a week, to my understanding.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, so they played. They rematched C9 in the finals, and this series went to 5 games on Sunday, and I really like this whole series as a whole. Maybe we won't dive into every game because I honestly have the memory of a goldfish. But for this series, I remember Game 1 being super hype, where like C9 had the lead in the first game, and then like TL came back and really showed off like how like this is how you make a comeback, and this is what happens when your comp is better in the later game.
Right.
But even then, like Cloud9 were able to make some really good situations happen in their favor towards the end of the game as well. But TL still took the first game, so I would say that if any game was worth watching in this series, I would definitely say the first one, and maybe the third or the fourth game are really good for me as well. What about you? Do you have any like big banger games or thoughts for this series?
Dude, honestly, I think Game 5 was actually pretty crazy too.
Perks was so crazy.
Yeah, Perks popped off. I mean, that was the shortest game of the series for looking back at the match history series. So that, I mean, it was the shortest game of the series, and it was like much more of a stomp kind of than any of them. But that was just like C9 pulls out the like lane swap Scion strat, and then Perks is just doing whatever the fuck he wants in mid lane, like roaming to every side and getting kills wherever he goes. I mean, it was cool to watch. It was a little sad to see TL, lose out like that. Like the last game wasn't a little more competitive. But it was a really cool like Game 5 twist kind of to see the winning team pull out.
Yeah, dude, like watching Perks play that game, it honestly felt like the way that he played against RNG in that game where he played LeBlanc, where like
true, yeah.
It felt like he must have been on Adderall for this game, the way that he fucking turbo smurfed it. But then like the crazy thing is like it's the last game of the series too, and then just like you would think like maybe he's running out of stamina or brain power or something. And supposedly like the way that the stage was that they played on, it was like kind of weird as well, because it was like semi outdoors or something like that, and that they had like the sun shining in their face for like certain parts of the series, allegedly.
Yeah, that was really weird.
Like, the press conferences, I think. I haven't really watched it, but that's just what I like, a clip that I read.
Yeah, I mean it was like legit. I think the sun was behind them for the most part, if I remember right. Maybe they had the booths facing them because it was behind tactical when they had that really long pause to fix like the glare. It was because it was like coming in from behind and shining onto his computer monitor. Um, so I'm
Yeah,
not.
that's so
Yeah,
shitty.
but yeah, it was kind of weird having it like outside for them, and it seemed to cause more than a few issues. Yeah, I don't know, dude. I feel like it was a cool. It was definitely this was definitely a good series. Like I'm glad it was actually like both of them seeming like pretty well matched. That it wasn't just C9 like finally saying like, oh great, we finally got Team Liquid here and we can shit stump them and walk away with our trophy and go to MSI. It was like TL, even though they had some shaky things against TSM and at the start of the split, they pulled it together and made it competitive even with Armeo.
Yeah, I would say I would agree with that. Like even though C9 looked like way stronger in the fifth game over TL, I would say throughout the series TL really made them work for it. So it wasn't definitive for me up until then. But then like knowing that C9 won such a dominant fashion in the game 5,
Hmm.
it makes me feel really good about them going to MSI and being confident that they're like actually the best team from NA for NA for to represent NA and go to MSI
Yeah,
is what I'm
that's
trying
true.
to say.
Yeah, I agree.
So I feel really good about them, and I feel really good about their team and the individuals on their team that they're gonna bring good pieces and good like culture. I guess is what I'm going for. That like Perks is gonna make sure that their practice regimen is gonna be really solid and keeping their like goals in hand for what they need to practice and what they need to learn and pick up from other teams when they start scrimming them. And I wonder when they're gonna go to what is it, Iceland or Greenland?
Iceland,
Iceland,
yeah,
right?
yeah,
Like I wonder when they're gonna go to Iceland and how long they're gonna boot camp there because I'm sure they have to go there in quarantine as well.
yeah. And
I think
it's
they have to
probably
do
like a
that.
lot harder. It's not like they can go to Berlin for now and hang out at G2's house that they won't need because they're worthless. And then like go from there like after a boot camp in EU and go to Iceland because you'd have to quarantine in both probably. So it'll be interesting.
Oh yeah. Well, even then, that actually might be better to like circumvent jet lag, I suppose. But
Maybe, yeah.
and also for those American players on C9 to adjust to the European cuisine. But
Dude, what do you mean adjust? They're just gonna order McDonald's every meal anyway.
true. Yeah, dude, I mean, all I know is that I heard that portion sizes in Europe are a lot smaller just because like Americans are just dumbass fat, dude. So our portion sizes are out of control.
Yeah, but then C9 also has two EU players on it anyway, so they'll,
True, true, true.
they're used to it.
Yeah, it's so crazy, dude. They're actually the Spring Kings, and then Perks is now the second player to win both EU, LCS, LEC, and LCS.
Hmm.
So that's pretty cool. And then Vulcan gets his second title. Blabber gets his second title. Fudge is Fudge the first OCE player to get an LCS title?
Um, I think he must be.
Yeah, I guess so. And then second minor region as well, or second not major region because and Broken Blade was
If
the
you got
first.
Broken Blade,
I'm
yeah.
thinking, yeah,
Yeah, I think that sounds right. I'm trying to think. I mean, it's only been like TSM, TL, or C9. I don't remember
right,
anybody
yeah.
else.
So
Yeah,
I
yeah. I
don't
think
I don't remember
that's.
any crazy players.
Yeah, I think you must be right about those. Yeah, because it's not like Stixay was. Yeah, I guess that's probably right. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. While I'm kind of on this topic, it's actually pretty crazy that the support player with the most titles is Biofrost because he has I think he has like 4 titles or something like that. And then like
Yeah.
the next people are like I think Core JJ has 2, Vulcan has 2 now, and then like Lemonation has 2 technically, but then but Biofrost has the most by like a lot or something like that.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty funny.
Yeah. I mean, he
Like
won. Yeah, he won three in a row, and then he comes back for last summer's. Yeah.
yeah,
Every
yeah.
split that he was on TSM, they won, and now he's retired.
Yeah,
So
never
think
lost a
about
best
that.
of 5, dude.
He's too good. Bio Daddy.
Yeah, we need him back. We need him in the lift, the double plug.
Gosh.
I actually don't even know what that means when he says it, but it just sounds funny.
I would say don't Google it. Don't Google it.
Oh, okay. That one, I'm actually kind of curious. I might Google it.
You'll be able to handle it. You're
okay.
You're not a child anymore. I believe in you.
I'm a big boy. Okay.
Yeah.
Any last thoughts for C9 versus TL and the LCS finals?
No, I don't think so. I think just it was a good series from both. Definitely one of the like more hype finals of the last couple of years. So good to see.
For sure. Yeah, I think, and also I would say conceptually, I think it's pretty cool that they played in person. But after hearing about how they had kind of those logistical problems with the sun, I feel like kind of sad about that.
Yeah.
But yeah, and like it's fake because there's no audience, so it's kind of like they just made them play in person, like just to take some pictures and put it on Twitter, I guess. So I think it's kind of weird to like make the players play in person out of like just because.
Yeah, I mean, I think it's good for. I think it's still probably good for the players for the most. Like most would prefer to be able to. And I would think that it's obviously probably better for broadcast to have people like actually there talking to each other.
Yeah, I definitely agree with that last part. I would wonder. I would want to like survey the players. Would you want to play on stage like that? Well, I guess survey.
I mean, they
them
did it at
before and
Worlds,
after.
right? Like.
Uh-huh.
So I think that they're probably you're just going with that kind of like if you can then you should almost. But yeah, maybe they didn't need to do it at a venue with the weird.
Yeah, maybe that's the thing. Maybe that was the double-edged sword where like you ask them, "Do you want to play in person?" and you'll be like, "Yeah, I want to play on stage." And then they give you this half-ass outdoor stage where the sun is in your eyes.
Right.
Or on your monitor. Like I guess that's kind of like how they got their backs twisted. I don't know what I'm trying to say here, but like that's how they like
screwed
they got
up.
fucked in that sense.
Yeah.
So that's the last thing I got to say for the LCS finals and the spring split. And Mid-Season Showdown is over, and then we'll be looking forward to the summer split, probably starting in like June or something like that.
Yeah, it's so far away, man.
So far.
How will we survive?
I actually get I really miss the LCS, like in between the end of LCS and the end of MSI and then like the start of the summer split. I like, really start to miss it, and like my weekends feel kind of empty sometimes.
It's at least it's better. The summer break is always better than the winter break, dude. I'm giga lost after Worlds happens, and then there's like it's like, oh, we have to wait until like the end of January for LCS to start again. Please give me something.
Yeah, dude. I feel the same way, because then like you end up playing ARAMs at like 4 p.m. in the afternoon, and like that feels like day drinking. Like ARAMs should strictly be a nighttime thing, and then like but then there's just nothing to do, so you just start drinking, and like it's 5 p.m. somewhere, dude. So that's how I feel about the off season.
Damn, I've never thought of it that way. Shit.
Yeah.
I'm gonna think about that now. If I ever play ARAMs in the afternoon, I'm gonna be like, this is a problem. I have a problem.
Yeah, dude. You can't play ARAMs before like 8 p.m. It's just not right. And then there's other rules too. Like you can't end it on a loss.
You always have to take snowball.
Anybody? Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Partly agree. It's definitely more fun if you take snowball.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay.
True. No matter what you play.
Exactly.
Yeah, we can wrap this one up. The last topic I got here is I guess just talking about the finals and the champions around the world. So, Mad Lions, we got a new LEC champion with Mad Lions. It's finally not G2 or Fnatic.
Yeah.
Or Elements.
Alliance, dude. Come on.
Alliance. My bad. And then, there was a new finals with Rogue versus Mad Lions, and was it a reverse sweep?
It was, yeah. It was a reverse sweep. Rogue took the first 2 games, and then
Mad Lions. And the third game was pretty close, right?
Mm-hmm. I think all the games were pretty close, honestly.
Damn, that's crazy.
Yeah, it was actually. This looks like game 4 was more of a stomp. It ended in 24 minutes, but yeah, the other ones were pretty close still. But yeah, it was pretty nuts. There was some crazy Wukong gameplay out of Raymund, the Badlands top laner. He was hard carrying some fights in the mid and late game for them. Yeah, it was a pretty wild series all around. Fun to watch.
Congratulations to them.
Yeah, it's definitely be interesting to see the Mad Lions team that bombed out before the World's group stage at just last year. Now they're back to an international tournament.
Yeah, dude, and they're a better version of Golden Guardians. Am I right?
Oh God, dude, don't get me started.
Joking, just joking. And then over in LCK, we had Damwon Gaming. Well, Damwon Kia, I think is their real name. They're now LCK champions, so they'll be going to MSI. And then out of Latin America, we have Infinity Esports. I think they've gone to Worlds before, or at least the play-ins. And from Japan, we have Detonation Focus Me, a staple for play-ins. So they'll be going to MSI. And then for Oceania, I think I found out what happened. So there's no official Riot LCS for Oceania, and they just have like some random third-party like amateur circuit over there. And then for some reason, the winner of that tournament gets to go to MSI. So like it's so weird.
Okay.
So that's why they have a representative for that part of the world, and it's some random team called pentanet.gg, which just sounds like some random website.
That does sound like some old school esports shit, for sure.
Yeah, it sounds like TSM Snapdragon or something. What a weird name. And then I'm pretty sure there's a couple of other finals that will wrap up next Sunday. So I think we have Brazil's finals is going to be next Sunday, and then also LPL's finals is going to be next Sunday as well. That one is going to be FPX waiting for the victor of EDG versus RNG, and which I've heard like all three of those teams are super hyped to my understanding. So yeah, I'll be looking forward to that one.
I think FPX has already beaten both of those teams in the playoffs. Like I think they sent them to losers both. So, but yeah, it definitely would be interesting to see them.
Oh dang, I didn't know that. That's actually like a fun fact.
Okay, dude,
a fact that's fun.
On the topic of LPL, did you see? Have you seen the clip that's got around the last couple of days after C9 won, and people are sharing like the clip of Doonby like solo killing somebody under their tower, like while the jungler shows up, and then as soon as he gets out, he's spamming like flash timers in chat again.
Yeah, I saw that one, the Kali clip.
Yeah. Okay, now I might be maybe I'm like this is a bit of copium for me here, just trying to handle that we're gonna get shit stomped at MSI, but I feel like that's not like people are sharing that and being like, okay, these are now here's your real opponents, C9, get ready to get ass fucked, and I'm like, this, I mean, it's a good clip, like don't get me wrong, it's a good solo clip, but I feel like it's not like something that only Doinby, the like most crazy second coming of Faker like squared player, like could pull off. Like it's just people are just hyping it up because he's Doinby, and then he spammed timers as he walked away.
Yeah, that's the. I'm actually with you on that one. When I read a description of it, and I was like, "Oh, I gotta watch this shit," and
right?
I feel clickbaited, dude. It wasn't that crazy.
I was like, when they said like, "Oh, he spams timers during it," I was expecting him to like. RN and then timer and then like he was gonna RE and then do it again, and then I was like, but no, he solo killed him like with the classic Akali use all your abilities combo. It's still hard to use, it's hard to do, but he did it. He's a pro player, and then he walked out and spammed timers when he knew he wasn't gonna get killed by anything else. Like, come on,
yeah,
guys.
I would say the description was definitely exaggerated. I think I agree. The way that he killed him was super cool,
right?
But the part where the jungler shows up, first of all, they didn't even interact. Like,
right.
the jungler just happened to see it. And then secondly, like, yeah, he spammed the timer, but it was after he killed him. And like,
right.
If he had done it like beforehand, like he types the timer, kills him, and then types the timer again, that'd be sick. Or if he did like the first part of Akali's ulti, spam the timer, and then killed him, like, that would be sick as well. But, like, that's not what happened. So like the way he was described, they got me. They got my view for sure. it wasn't that. It wasn't like out of proportion cool. It was a sick kill. Don't get me wrong, but
okay. As long as we're on the same page for that, I'm glad I'm not just super trying to put my blinders on to the inevitable ass pounding that's bound to come. But
yeah, just remember that like you're a nobody though, and you're never a pro player, and so your opinion doesn't matter.
Also true. Yeah, also true. Hey, I'm a Division 2 collegiate athlete. Check my Twitter bio; it's there.
Yeah, dude, and don't Google your IGN with quotations on it, or else they'll see your match history.
True. Shit's yeah, my bad.
Dude, on a side topic, I don't know how this always happens to me, but if you Google my name, and there ends up being there's like a CS:GO player with the exact same name as me, and so he really ruins my SEO. And I probably talked about this before, but like basically you can't Google my name because I don't show up. It's just this fucking guy from Australia who plays CS:GO.
Wait, your summoner name?
No, my real name.
Oh shit, okay.
Yeah, so it's like some guy named Dexter or something like that.
Oh shit, dude. You're right.
Well, that's his CS:GO name. Yeah, it's actually tragic, and so
get fucked.
Like I had to once upon a time I bought the domain name for my real name, and so I was up top for a little bit, but yeah, it's really tough in these streets to put yourself out there and make sure you're up top. So I know the struggle. All right, and that's going to be it for episode 11 of On the Hunt, a League of Legends podcast. And I guess that's going to be the end of season 1, because with the end of the spring split, there's not going to be much to talk about. So we're going to be taking a break here on the show for a couple of weeks, and we'll be expected to return the week of MSI, which is probably on or around May 3rd. So that's like a 3-week break. So we'll see you guys then.
Yeah, we'll do something quick, at least run down the patch notes that we've missed in the time between. Maybe have some quick fire pick of the weeks to catch you guys up on any that we've missed.
Oh yeah, that's actually a good idea. Maybe there's a couple of good mini episode ideas here and there. Maybe like a nice quick, nothing too long, like these hour-long episodes we've been doing lately.
Yeah, we'll think about it. We'll see what we got.
But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed episode 11. And if you did, be sure to subscribe to our podcast on the service that you are listening to us on, if you haven't already subscribed. We'd appreciate it if you also gave us a rating or hit the like button to show some support as well. You can find us on YouTube as well as your podcast player of choice, from Apple Podcasts to Spotify and so forth. We'll see you all, not next week, but just for the next episode of On the Hunt. Season 2, baby.
See you on the other side, baby.
That's